Man Lewis. Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for stopping by. Here we are. Another Howling podcast here in season number 2. If you missed any of the other episodes, they're available here on the channel in the playlist as well as season number 1. This time, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk about something that I've been wanting to talk about for a hot minute. And that's the WWE games, but there's now 2K22 coming out here in just a week or so here on March the 8th. This video here, of course, will go up before that. But I want to talk to you about WWE games, ladies and gentlemen. Did anybody know that the first WWE game was Micro League Wrestling for the Commodore 64 and the Atari standalone? And that game came out in 1989. And then you got a lot of other games that came out. I'm not going to name them all. WWE European Rampage. Some of the games I played back in the day was WWF WrestleMania from the Nintendo, the original NES. I also played the WrestleMania Challenge, as well as WWF WrestleMania, the arcade, I believe it was WrestleMania Arcade. Loved that game. That game was wild. It was just absolutely fun. It was really fun. If it came, when it comes to the Sony, I've always played Sony games. I've never played any of the Xbox games for the WWE or WWF games. To me, I think one of the best companies that WWE had to publish their games wasn't back in the day. It was, I think it was Acclaim who done those back in the day. Acclaim done them back in the day, and other brands. But I think one of the best was THQ. I've said it before. I've actually tweeted out a couple of times. I think THQ, according to Desma, guy like Brian Williams, who is now with Ukes over there making the AEW game. He followed Ukes after they split with 2K in Visual Concepts. I just think that those guys had passion. They had passion for the game. They had passion for the love of wrestling, and their passion showed. Alongside Ukes, they made some of the greatest games that we have come to know. Some people would say that THQ is still ranked supreme as one of the best, because ever since 2K took over at 2K15, they basically have given us a complete mess. They don't give us what we want. They actually stripped down 2K15 from what was built on 2K14 to make their own. The PS4 and Xbox One versions of 2K15, some would say it's their favorite for maybe the my career aspect that they had going on, or my player aspect. Other than that, the game was completely watered down. There was hardly anything creative in there or anything else. They completely stripped it from what it was. 2K14 was the best, absolutely the best game in my personal opinion. It was the last game 2K gave us, or excuse me, the last game that THQ gave us. The last game that they set forth as basically to me was a farewell. As they went bankrupt and allowed 2K to take over the licensing of WWE games. And it was 2K's farewell to us. That's my personal opinion. And they did a great job. The 30 years of WrestleMania mode that we had was absolutely a joy to play. It was absolutely great to go back and relive some of those WrestleMania moments that I had growing up. And probably many of you others have had that experience of going through them. It was great to play it in video game and kind of relive that. Also, it was really great to play with some of the characters they had in 2K14. King Kong Bundy, Big John Studd, Andre Giant, who's still in games today. Andre is, but the others there aren't. I mean, I could go on and on and on talking about 2K14, but to me, where things shine with me is WWE Universe mode. Yeah, in 2K 20, we got a few things, upgrades. We got like 7 titles, I think it was, there, and was able to do a little more creative freedom with the Money in the Bank briefcases and whatnot. But 2K20 was awful, really awful. And we all know that. The glitches and bugs, some of them I go back and watch to this day, some of the videos of some of the bugs, and it's so funny to actually see some of these things that actually went on in the game before they actually tried to patch all this. But I'm very optimistic about 2K22. They've had like a year or two to actually. They've actually had 2 years to actually work this. The my GM to me, my GM in 2007 and 2008 SmackDown versus Raw will always be the best. They THQ gave us that. I was a big fan of the 24/7 mode as well. Some may not have liked that, but I would like the 24/7 mode or uh, the thing that they had done there, where you could play the general manager, or you could play from the superstar's perspective, if you will. I think it was called 24/7 mode or whatever. I think people know what I'm talking about when I look at that and when I talk about that. But I'm going in 2K22 with high hopes. GM mode looks like it's a start in the right direction. Uh, the My Rise looks like it may be pretty interesting. The My Faction, I'm not really interested in My Faction. I mean, I guess I have to see the gameplay of it and actually dive into it and see exactly what it's all about. But to me, it sounds like a super card type deal, where you play with cards and stuff. Super card deal, and I'm not really sure if I get into that because I really don't like WWE Super Card. If you do, to each your own. But I'm really going in uh, barehanded, if you will, to exactly see what I could do with WWE 2K22, and I'm really excited. Getting the NWO for Life Edition. I do have it for the PS4 because I don't have a PS5. I'm one of those fortunate ones that don't have one, and well, my kids have them, but getting to play it on the PS5 is like trying to pull teeth. They won't share. But anyway, nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, I'm really excited for 2K22, WWE 2K22. I'm going to have a lot of content here on the channel. I'm going to be doing my 3-man commentary, as I have been in previous WWE games. A lot of people come to like that. 3-man commentary. We'll be doing some My GM mode. We'll be doing some Universe mode, from both the Superstar aspect and from the regular Universe mode. And I'm hoping that we got some changes for Universe mode to actually wow me, because to me, WWE 2K, or excuse me, WWE SmackDown vs. Raw 2011, when the Universe mode first premiered, was to me the best. I think it's one of the best Universe modes, alongside WWE 2K14. And somebody could tell me different. But I'm going in. Like I said, THQ to me was always hold a special place in my heart for creating some of the best WWE games that we actually come to know. Uh, and I'm just saying that they have done a lot of games, not just the SmackDown versus Raw games and whatnot, but they've done a lot for the WWE games community, and it was a shame to see them go under. But visual concepts and 2K, I hope they don't disappoint us when it comes for the game to come out on March the 11th. It'll be March the 8th for those of us that pre-ordered. But I hope they come out with something. I hope they really wow us. I hope they intend on showing that the 2 years that they took off actually works. And yeah, let's see what happens. Thanks for watching, Agent Joe Wolfman Lewis. We'll see you next time in the podcast. Ah.